Welcome back to another episode of the Trash
Talk
Podcast. We have some discussion that is important for what's currently going on the channel, or takes up most of our lifetime right now, which is the Trash Bowl, the Hearthstone tournament that we are hosting for our Discord community and the wider YouTube community. Obviously, if you're watching, you probably know about it. If not, information about it is on our Discord server, and you will also notice Trash Bowl, a lot of Trash Bowl games coming out over the next couple of days and weeks, because we have a total of 32, or we got 30 participants, I want to say. So two 60-man brackets on both the European server and the North American server, who are duking it out in the playoff format in Hearthstone pro-style tournament. It's pretty cool. We're also participating, obviously, and a lot of those games are going to be coming out over the next days and weeks. And that inspired us to talk a little bit about how do you set up a lineup? How do you kind of prepare for competitive Hearthstone? Because tournament Hearthstone is a different beast from ladder Hearthstone.
You know what's been really clever? If you had made this topic before finalizing the deck list for people.
No. Because that gives people an advantage. We're not giving out our information. That would have actually been stupid, I think. I think the way we did it is pretty smart. So now we're telling you how we should have done it.
Now we're telling you how you're going to do it next time. Yeah.
How you're going to do it next time, yeah. Exactly. Because hopefully the Trash Bowl is going to return for a second season, so to speak. Around I would imagine January.
I was about to say,
whenever the next expansion is.
Optimally every 4 months, yeah.
Hopefully we'll do it every expansion now, because it was fun, or is still being fun, obviously. A lot of work, but it's fun. So, how do you set up your lineup? Obviously, for those who don't know it, I'm gonna explain the format again really quickly.
Yes.
Every player in the Trash Bowl, and like other tournaments, also in tournament format, also is allowed to bring, or rather nominate, 4 decks. That he's going to be playing over the entirety of this competition. So, one of the requirements is that you cannot bring more than 1 deck per class. And when you have a game, so you have a match with someone else, they get to ban one of your decks, meaning that out of the 4 decks, you're going to be playing 3 of them. And the way to win that match is by beating your opponent with all 3 of your decks. So, I don't even give an example. You know exactly what I meant. That was understandable. If it wasn't, I'm sorry, but that should be understandable. So, you got to win with all 3 decks. If you win with one, you can't play it again. So you got to play with one that you haven't won yet. Obviously, you win with all 3, you're done. You win. Congratulations. So that's the format. And how do you bring a lineup for this? And sometimes just going to HS Replay and picking top 4 decks in the meta, importing the Hearthstone and sending go is not necessarily the best way to go about this. Because those being meta decks, they have high win rates on the ladder. But on the ladder, you're going to be facing a very large pool of, first of all, competitiveness and also deck variety. You're going to be running into very good people, very bad people, and all players, not personally fucking criminals and stuff. No.
You're probably going to run into bad people.
You're probably run into bad people, actually. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you played
not the point, but
JJ or something. I don't know. But, yeah, shots. Maybe, so you're going to be running into the wide variety of playing quality and decks too. So it's a much larger pool. In tournaments, you're looking at a more concentrated distribution, or a more concentrated pool of generally above average skill, and also above average effort being put into deck creation.
Yeah, I would assume that it's not as much of a factor in this specific tournament that we're talking about, the Trash Bowl, because it's a little more on the casual side, although there are also really good players in here.
There are very good players.
But there's also a couple of beginners in there that maybe also just because of collection reasons can't have the most competitive decks.
Can't play every deck that they want to. That is true.
And also, again, this is not like the most ultra-competitive environment.
But so the general idea that we want to talk about is the way you set up a lineup is you don't only think about what's the highest winning decks in the larger sort of sphere with the entire meta, the entire ladder, in between anywhere ranks 50 and 5, let's say, or even up to legend. But it's about what are people going to bring, because you're basically enclosing the whole thing into a much smaller, more concentrated environment of real competition. So you want to bring decks that match the tournament situation, that you think are going to be effective and efficient against lineups that other people are expected to bring.
Yes.
Which is why you see some of the best players in the current Trash Bowl. For example, we mentioned Azru, the Dutch guy, who's also a streamer and a very, very strong Hearthstone player. He's bringing an aggressive secret mage, which has no place in the meta right now, which basically no one else is bringing that similar sort of deck. And he has a good reason for bringing that, because he believes he has good matchups with that deck. Even though if you played for 100 games on ladder, you might win like 40 of them.
Yeah. And also, what you can do instead of doing all that thought process is you can just go to TrashcanTV, look at Hearthstone budget decks, and just
play your budget decks. That's what JJ is doing, by the way. JJ is bringing an entire lineup of budget decks.
I'm making the point that our budget decks are competitive.
He's making the point. And maybe they are. Well, we shall see whenever JJ's game is released, which should be soon, by the way.
Actually...
Is it already out?
I was about to say, if we're doing this the way we previously discussed doing it, it's actually released yesterday.
It released yesterday, okay. So that's cool. So go check that out. JJ.
I mean, we're obviously not going to talk about any results in here because we don't want to spoil stuff.
Yeah, exactly. JJ versus Rixor. We're not going to talk about the results of this Trash Bowl. No spoilers. Go look at them yourself and then watch them. It was pretty funny. I had a star guest commentary for JJ's game. It's all I'm going to say. Go check it. Should not say that with a straight face. But there's this, I have a star guest commentary and it's not even a lie. Technically. It's not. There was a famous person there. All I'm gonna say, go check it out. It was fun. But also the other games, obviously, very high quality. So you want to consider what people are bringing and what seems popular. And a good way to kind of get into that is, of course, being part of the community. And in the Discord, it works pretty well because it's a sort of dense down community where people are talking about Hearthstone all day, all night, literally at this point. And people are talking. Wow. And people are talking about their preferred deck lists. People are sparring against each other, practice runs, so to speak. And you know a lot of the popular decks in there. You know a lot of people bring Warrior. I think we've seen a lot of Warriors. We've seen a lot of Shamans.
Yeah.
Be it Quest or Murloc Shaman. You know decks that are popular. And the next step, other than just bringing your basic meta lineup that works on the ladder, is bringing a lineup geared against those basic meta lineups that work on the ladder. Because some people will do it.
Yeah, also, because you know roughly what you're expecting out of tournament lineups, you can specifically plan, because of how the format works, you have to win with all of your decks.
God.
In theory, you can win against one of your opponent's decks with all three of yours after having lost the other two matchups. That's possible.
You could do that.
Ultimately not what you want to do, but at that point you gotta be thinking, what 4 decks can I bring that should reasonably be able to beat at least one deck in any lineup. Yeah. If you can do that, you should, in theory, win every lineup.
Correct. Good method to kind of develop that is write down a lineup constructed of 4 decks where you expect at least one of them to be in everyone. So that might be the 4 most popular decks. You might bring Murloc, you might write down Murloc Shaman, you might write down a Control Warrior, write down Mech Hunter, and let's say Combo Priest, right? You write those 4 down. You expect at least one of them to be in every lineup you face. And there might be a good chance there is. Or some close derivative of that sort.
I was about to say, it doesn't have to be the exact deck.
And and if you... and of course, you also get 1 ban, which is just a bonus on that.
You could literally write down, like, Control Warrior, Murloc Shaman / Zoo Warlock / whatever.
Yeah, because similar archetypes.
Yeah, exactly. And then Combo Priest / OTK Paladin is not that similar,
not quite, but yeah.
Depending on how you plan to beat them, it could be.
Aggro, I want to say like non-token or non-secondary summoning aggro decks can be grouped together pretty well.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to group Token Druid with the aforementioned ones, for example, because those produce boards out of nowhere. Same for the Tip to Scales Murloc Paladin.
Also very different. Correct. Or Swords of Quest Hunter, the different varieties of Quest Hunter.
Yeah.
Which isn't super popular, at least outside of the Highlander variety.
But we have seen at least one in the tournament.
Yeah, yes, we have. We do have some. That is correct, and we might see more in the future. But that's an approach that you would go about this. Now, of course, you're going to be limited sort of with the actual decks that you have and have experience with playing. You don't want to see one deck that you thought this could be a good matchup. You've never played in your life before, so you just go out and craft it and play it competitively the next day. That's not going to work.
That's a fair point. Experience with a deck oftentimes at those levels matters more than the actual 100% quality of the deck.
See, here's the thing that I was considering personally. I was considering bringing a Quest Druid instead of the Mech Hunter, but I would have literally had to craft that Quest Druid for this tournament, and I would have crafted days before.
Yeah, you would have to get as many games in between.
I know it's a good deck, but I know that I'm currently not playing it to the maximum extent. I'm not getting the best results out of that deck because I haven't played it enough.
That's, by the way, another factor of how I chose my lineup. Yeah. Granted, yes, I ended up with the idea that for demonstration purposes, I could just play all of our, 4 of our budget decks.
But you have experience with it.
But I was also saying, I've played all of those to a significant degree, not just in testing the budget decks, but also the upgraded versions in my own time.
Exactly.
So I have experience from 2 sources with every deck in there.
It's a good way to do it. So you want to play decks that you're familiar with. That is important. You don't want to go out, craft the latest and greatest. That's how, imagine you're buying a car, you're buying a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
You've been driving a beat-up 98 Volkswagen forever, something like that, right? Your entire life, basically. If you were to have to, maybe the comparison with the car race is a bit bad because of different performance, but say you'd have to your challenge was to drive reliably, right?
Yeah.
Somehow get places without, you have like something in your trunk where you can't spill something, there's like a beverage in it, you can't spill, so you gotta be very precise in your driving. And you gotta be driving for 4 hours and you gotta get there. So, do you choose the car that you own, or that same model, or are you gonna choose a crazy, souped up sports car that you've never been in, that you're basically going to be lying inside of, that you have no idea about the controls or how it handles? You probably won't.
Yeah.
Even though someone who, horrible analogy, but I'm continuing it.
I was about to say that this analogy
even though someone who's an experienced race car driver might, of course, is going to flatten you with that car, obviously. Not in the literal sense. If he does, that's too bad.
That's illegal.
That's kind of illegal. Maybe it's accidental. I don't know. It's not.
I think that's still...
still bad analogy. But the point is, you should have experience with your deck. You need to know what you're doing. That's more important than playing the... I want to say objective, but it's obviously, there's always a bit of RNG factor in there. Best decks in the lineup. So if you would say you've been playing mid-range Chandra since the beta, which some people probably have. And currently mid-range Chandra is sitting there at 48% win rate. Don't think you're gonna have to, I gotta craft that Highlander Hunter now to play for this tournament, because that's what's gonna give you it. Not necessarily. Not necessarily at all, because you've never had those experiences with it. Say in this case, you never really figured out, you never developed that instinct for when it's time to play Zephyrus, for example, which is obviously a key card in there. You might be served better with playing what you know. And that makes up for a lot of the mistakes that you're going to be making with the objectively better deck.
Yeah, and don't go in there bringing a deck that you're not familiar with just because it's strong and you think it'll get banned, because you don't ban the best deck, you ban the deck that you have the worst matchups against. And
you bring Control Warrior, everyone brings Anti-Warrior. Your Warrior's not getting banned if they have Anti-Warrior. Now granted, a lot of people will still ban Warrior because of how strong it is. But but that goes, that regulation goes in general, because like I mentioned in the tournament, you have the more condensed and more competitive environment where people put a lot of thought into what they're doing. In a ladder, you pick a deck you want to play and you hop on it. You have no idea what you're going to face. You have no idea how good your opponent's going to be, or a rough idea, but not necessarily how experienced they are with their decks. And tournament, it's kind of an arcade mode of that. So you want to put thought into what you're doing. That is important. You want to have experience with the decks. That's the other one. And play the field is, I guess, the other piece of advice. Don't just bring what's strongest on ladder. Bring what's good against lineups you see. And bring a lineup, like JJ mentioned it before, that allows you to always make an efficient ban and have a winning path.
Exactly. You don't have to be able to beat every competitive deck. One of them you can ban, first of all.
Yeah.
And then, even if you have one deck that you could absolutely not win against, that people might bring on top of the one you're going to be banning, then you're just going to start 1-0, 0-1 I should say. And then you can still maybe beat the other two decks if you're really good with what you're doing and those matchups are favorable.
Absolutely. So say you bring a lineup that you do not care at all about beating Control Warrior, you don't care at all about beating Control Shaman. You don't care about these decks. And if you see both of them, you ban one, you'll just take the loss to the other and focus on winning your matchups, because just one loss doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
You can't lose with all.
I mean, obviously, you should never bring a lineup that would lose to 4 very popular meta decks.
Yeah.
Because
because then you might run into a lineup
Yeah.
that has all of them, and you might not be able to ban your way into a winning path. But don't try to bring the universal deck that beats everything, because that deck doesn't really exist. So pick certain weak spots, pick matchups or archetype matchups. Even this is good against this. I can beat these sort of lineups. I can beat these sort of decks. And by being able to ban essentially 25% of what your opponent does, you're able to shape their lineup and what they're going to be able to do in a somewhat significant way.
Yeah, that also means you don't have to really, when deck building, there's an extra layer of strategy here as well, because you don't have to include tech choices that might almost by default be in the deck because, say, Control Bar is very popular, and you have a card that's oftentimes in your deck specifically for the Control Warrior matchups. But you know you're going to ban Control Warrior when it comes up. You don't need that card.
Don't need it.
And a similar thought process occurs in other areas where it's like, you don't have to focus on the matchups you're either very unlikely to see, or you're just going to ban anyways. You'd rather increase your your win chance in the matches that you are going to end up facing.
Say, example, you're playing Highlander Mage, and you know you can't handle Murloc Pally because of the explosive potential. You know you can't handle it, can't deal with it. You're going to play Murloc Pally whenever. There's no need for you to play Counterspell if you normally don't play it to tip the scales out the way, because you're going to ban that Murloc Pally anyway.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Of course, it's not, I was going to say, it's not as universal because you oftentimes have cards that are there for multiple reasons and it becomes a little tougher.
Yeah.
But again, you have to only optimize your decks for the matchups that you will end up facing.
Yeah.
And most of those you can at least somewhat anticipate.
Correct.
And especially you can anticipate what you're definitely not facing. Like, in my case, I would know that I'm, like, 99.9% certain I'm not going to face a Control Warrior.
Yeah, because you're going to ban Warrior whenever you see
Because I'm going to ban it.
Because everything you have loses to it.
Yeah.
So you would not stack up against Warrior. You don't even care about it. If there's someone with, say, a Control Warrior and a Control Shaman, you ban one and lose to the other and win your games otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, the Shaman, you could get lucky, but yeah. By the way, it's another thing. I don't think I need to say this, and it's not exactly the topic, but I just want to mention it. You don't concede matches if there's the slightest chance you could
Not
win.
In the tournament.
Not in tournament. On the ladder, it's fair enough, because if there's a really lost matchup anyways, you might get more stars, but just having extra matches.
You don't like shame concede in tournaments. You don't do that. So you definitely, if you have an out in your deck, just see if you get it. Chances might be very microscopic, but keep playing.
Crazy stuff has happened.
Crazy stuff has happened. You'll see it next week. We already know. We've already obviously had some matches and have seen them and commented over them. No spoilers, obviously, but the videos are going to be released. It's going to be pretty good. So definitely go check that out. But I think just as sort of a conclusion to break it down, what we said recently, what we said just now, less universal decks, more universal tech choices in those decks, is what we said, and play the field. Don't just rely on the highest win rates you see on HS Replay.
Yeah.
With that, that's first topic, just some general advice. I think good wholesome topic we had. Let's hop into some quizzes. We have a halftime show, and this is about song lyrics. And the idea is that we fill in job roles, job descriptions in those song lyrics. Example number 1, Buffalo blank in the heart of America. Fry cook, obviously soldier, right? So
yeah, I was about to say, I believe everyone knows this one.
Everyone knows Buffalo Soldier. All right. Just as blank is a criminal, that's a cop. That's Guns N' Roses or anyone who ever performed that song, Sympathy for the Devil.
I was about to say, the Sympathy for the Devil,
everyone did that though. Yeah. They call me blank love. Gangster?
I was about to say, I don't think it's the Gangster of Love
the Joker?
I don't think it is though. Because those are supposed to be one word, right?
Type gangster, see what... Is gangster a job? Who's hiring? No, it's not.
I didn't think so.
No, that's weird. What's the Tears Off A?
I don't know. Rhinestone and Hot Force. I called up the... Please bring me the wine. Oh, yeah. I called up the captain. Please bring me the wine.
Yeah. Actually, it's also sorted. We have extra information by Hoffman if it's used. So, Soldier is the most used job in song lyrics. And the next one is...
Okay.
Cop.
Very important question, right?
Yes.
how do you determine that? Because you can't possibly go through every song in existence.
Maybe they picked like a database, like they picked like all songs on Spotify, YouTube, whatever.
Yeah, that could
and went with that, ran like a search algorithm over it or something. I guess that's how they do it. So, Rhinestone, The Tears of A, I'm hot for Teacher.
Oh, right, hot for Teacher, yeah.
Teacher.
We also got The Son of a Preacher Man.
Yep. Just Preacher, yeah.
Yeah, it says man in there. I know. Are we human or are we dancer?
Half of you can't even stop me, let alone stand me. That's... I don't know that. It's an Eminem song. A very famous Eminem song.
Oh, that's why I don't know it.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. I know. You know the song, but I don't know that line now. Dang it.
I just saw another one. I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but what will you do with a drunken sailor?
Yeah.
Early in the morning.
Yep. Why don't you be the and make me out of clay? Sculptor? What? Hello. Painter? Is there a painter maybe? What's popular jobs and songs anyway? Yeah. Artist. Okay.
Well, okay.
Fair enough.
Why does painter autocomplete to artist? That seems a little out.
I don't know. Written by an Italian, I don't know. Straight from the page.
Well, probably a poet or a
poet,
author or something.
Try poet.
That was purely context.
Yeah. You use some type of something important or something.
Use some. Okay. Straight from the page of your favorite novelist.
I don't think it's novelist, but you can try. Is a musician it? Singer? Yeah.
Oh, Molly is the singer in the band. That makes sense. Use some type of... A man needs a... Okay. In a cabin on a hill in blank holler. What do we do with drunken Molly? It seems like we're doing relatively poorly.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, Doctor. Dr. Love, I believe, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Doctor makes sense, right? What's popular... what's popular jobs in, like, songs?
We have 20 more seconds, by the way. That's...
Barber? Not easy. Not easy at all. It's not politician.
Oh, what about the Eminem one? Politician. What about the Eminem one that you don't know or you know or whatever?
Half you can't stop me, let alone stand me. Damn it, what is it? Critic.
Author. See, it was something like that.
Yeah, it was author.
I should have definitely tried author.
Miss Clown and Cowboy. I mean, Clown and Cowboy are... Okay, Cowboy is barely a job.
What do you mean?
The Dallas Cowboy, yeah, they make good money.
They handle the cows. That's their whole job.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's basically like saying ranch hand isn't the job. Yeah, cook, that's the same thing. Just more...
Cook, critic. Driver, makes sense. Butcher...
Author definitely makes sense. As I said, it's kind of... Yeah.
Lawyer, yeah. Half your critics can't. Yeah.
Cowboy was the the most known one you didn't get.
I mean, you could have probably gotten that just from all the damn country songs that meant, like, just from the amount of times it's used, not even from the song lyric.
Dude, people not be knowing Hotel California out there.
Wow, that's disappointment.
So I called up the captain. Please bring me my wine, and he said we haven't had that spirit here since 1969.
That's crazy, man. Singer was actually the most known one. I think everyone just came up with that, not necessarily because of the title, but just...
Yeah, fair enough.
Damn. Wow. Soldier, yeah.
You know what? Sailor would be gettable, right?
Yeah.
Oh, captain. That's actually probably the captain.
That's a sailor, it's a captain, it's both. Yeah. Wow, we didn't do so well on this one.
Okay, we scored 11 out of 20. The average score is 10.
Yeah.
We still did better than the average.
Yeah.
And this is a little more open than
I don't like that standard, but yeah, it was tough for sure. We could have gotten some more if we had more time, maybe, but no one else did, so fair enough. We got some more music quizzes.
Top musical acts of all time, and I know a lot of these. Let's put it that way.
Let's go.
I literally haven't even read them all, but I can already tell you.
Hey Jude is the Beatles. The Beatles. Tangled Up in Blue.
That's Bob Dylan, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, Jailhouse
Jailhouse
Rock.
Rock. That's Elvis.
Elvis. I like the Blues Brothers version.
Gimme Shelter is the Stones, of course.
Johnny Be Good is friggin'
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not Chuck Berry. It's not Chuck Berry, is it?
Is it? Is it though?
Just type it. See if it is. I don't think it is Chuck Berry.
Chuck.
It's one of these guys.
Berry with a Y? Yeah.
It is Chuck Berry.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
thought.
Purple Haze is Jimi Hendrix. Yeah.
The Jimi Hendrix Experience, I believe, to be specific, but
sure.
no one's gonna criticize it.
I wasn't sure about Johnny Be Good there. I was like, what
Okay,
could
now
it be?
it's when it gets a little tougher. Sex
Hit the
Machine.
Road Jack is I don't know the next three.
Hit the Road Jack, yeah.
Hit the Road Jack. Is that like
No.
that's one of the is that Charles Davis? Ray Charles, okay.
Close
Charles.
enough.
Well, Buffalo Soldiers, Bob Marley, we just had it.
Bob Marley, yes.
Stairway to Heaven.
Wait, Good Vibrations, is that the Pistols?
I don't know.
Was it? It's Beach Boys. I don't know. It might be Beach Boys actually. Isn't it? Yeah, that's what
Alright.
it was. I knew I've heard it before.
Yeah.
Separate Houghton is Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
Higher Ground. We could also at some point just start guessing bands right now, like top musical
That's
artists and
true.
stuff. That's doable.
Right now I don't have anything until 22 again. That's where I'm.
With or without you, yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's you too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Streets
asking.
of Philadelphia has
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, do you have anything above that?
No. Great Balls of Fire, I know that song too. Who did that? It's very, very old too. They used it for a lovely pay-per-view once.
I know.
Yeah, Blueberry Hill, Blitzkrieg Bob, 1999.
Those are Rock the Cash was the Clash. Pinball Wizard is the Who.
Yeah.
Heart Shaped Box is Nirvana.
So not even necessarily using the most famous songs here. That's the thing.
I don't know how they're using the songs. How they're just selecting those. Rockin' in the Free World I've heard of before.
Man in the Mirror is Michael Jackson.
Man in the Mirror is Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Vogue, is that, what's that, Madonna?
Is it Madonna? I think that
Might be
is.
Madonna.
I would have guessed that too.
Yeah, that's Roy
Pretty
Orbison.
Woman is Roy Orbison.
Man, Working Class Hero.
Orbison.
I've heard of Working Class Hero too.
What did I just do? Orbis. Yeah, I was about to say I hit one too many keys somewhere. Space Oddity is David Bowie.
Cecilia.
Riders on the Storm is The Doors, I believe.
Yeah.
Me and Bobby McGee I've definitely heard of before. Because the Night. Oh god, who does Because the Night?
I don't know. It's a song you know, but I don't really like it, is the thing. So I've never downloaded, never looked it up.
I have that song. I have that song. Crocodile Rock is Sir Elton John.
I guess that's Sir.
He was knighted, wasn't he?
So.
I think so.
Yeah, he was. So.
That means he earned it.
No, he didn't. Do not recognize the remaining instances of monarchy in the world. Don't do it. We gotta guess some bands, man. You want to guess Bon Jovi anywhere? Is Bon Jovi on there, maybe?
I don't think so.
Don't think so either.
Most of those are more like all-time classics,
they
kind
are.
of.
Stevie Wonder. Guess Stevie Wonder. See if he's in there. Got him. See, now we're just guessing. We're just guessing.
Probably Prince somewhere. Yeah. Easy.
Money time. What big bands? Do we have Guns N' Roses?
I don't think so. Is it like this? I believe, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that would have counted.
Yeah, maybe they're not even. Maybe they're too new.
They're probably too new, yeah.
Maybe they are too.
Because what's the newest thing on you? U2?
Maybe.
From the late 70s too, I believe, though, when they started out.
I'm not sure about Nirvana, but yeah, it's old. So
Alright, Nirvana is more...
Nirvana's newer.
80s, late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around there. I'd have actually been mid-90s almost.
There's probably... the thing is, like, it's gonna reveal it when they're, like, almost all of them.
Is there, by any chance, those guys? Those seem...
No.
Not old enough and really popular.
Oof. Simon and Garfunkel.
Funkel.
See, Cecilia is a song I've never heard of before. I know a lot of Simon and Garfunkel songs. They're using very, very vague or unknown songs.
I'm still blanking on who did Me and Bobby McGee and who did Because the Night. Because Me and Bobby McGee I don't have, I believe, but I've heard of it before. And Because the Night I have is the thing. So that's... Blitzkrieg Bob I've heard of before.
It's not easy. But maybe it is.
Hoochie Coochie Man, I believe I've heard before as well, but that's also just something you've heard in passing. Some of Great Balls of Fire is still in there. Rockin' in the Free World.
Yeah. Try Bobby McFerrin. 1F, I think. But
oh, right, yeah. Obviously 1F, because that's the start of the name. That was just, again, typing fast.
Man. We're gonna know all of them, man, and it's gonna be so bad. This is such a bad result.
Was it the Patti Smith group? I think is what
you misspelled that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that later. Yeah. Is that what it is? Something like that, right?
Try like Slade. Try Slade.
I was thinking Because of Night Slade. I don't think so. No.
Wow, awful. Awful. Police? Did we try the Police?
No, we didn't.
James Brown. James Brown, man. Aretha Franklin.
It's just Patti Smith. That's what it would have been.
People have a right to hate us now for.
I knew Because of the Night. I knew it. I just entered it wrong.
Yeah, I know a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. So
Neil Young. We never.
Buddy Holly.
Neil Young. Johnny Cash.
Marvin Gaye.
Buddy Holly. Oh, dude.
The Ramones. Johnny Cash.
Fats Domino.
Neil Young. Rockin' in the Free World. Neil Young. Yeah.
If you see us on the street, you hereby have the right to shoot us for this. We just committed an act of blasphemy.
Janis Joplin. Yeah.
Wow.
For
John Lennon.
The band. The band is on here.
The band's on here. Van Morrison. Yeah.
Tell me.
Even the band, yeah.
Like, I've heard of most of these. And a lot of these are very, very famous.
That was not. Oh, God.
The average score is 22. We still slightly better than
if I supported censorship, I would cut this quiz out and never let anyone see this.
99% Hey Jude, yeah.
So, man, no one knew Stevie Wonder, man. What?
Granted, not everyone plays quizzes like we do.
No, we don't.
Some people actually just go off the cues.
Yeah. I suspected that Aretha Franklin was actually one of the higher ones that we that's one that I don't listen personally to Aretha Franklin's music. I get that she's really good, or was really great, and it's an artist that we should have easily guessed by most popular famous artists of all time. It's someone that just blanked on, like Johnny Cash, Marvin Gaye, like a lot of them.
Yeah, I was about to say Buddy Holly, the Ramones, Janis Joplin, Neil Young.
You know all these guys,
dude.
So bad. So bad.
But there's still only 3 that were 50% or higher that we didn't get.
Awful. Just gross. That's the latest one on. Yeah.
Who? I've heard of those guys.
That was I'm gonna have heard of,
yeah. These 3?
Yeah.
Who?
Man.
Who dat? I don't know.
Who they? JJ's a Saints fan. Alright. Yeah, wow, that was not good at all. Let's redeem ourselves. Let's do it. How about him? How about a fact of the week?
How about a fact of the week?
How about a good fact?
So have you heard of the song "My Home's in Alabama"?
Yes, it's by a band called Missouri. Just kidding. It's by a band called Alabama. It's my home. Are you gonna make the pun? My home's in Kansas City.
No.
Okay. It's a good pun though.
No, yeah, but how does it end up being a fact?
I mean, there is a pun off of the name song. My home is in Alabama. Yeah. That's my home is in Kansas City,
which in turn is factual.
The Chiefs quarterback's called Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no. No, there was a bill in 2000 that passed in the state Senate to make that the official state ballot of the state of Alabama.
Really?
That passed 32-1, but was then shot down in the state house.
What? Oh, come on, American South. You could have done one cool thing in 200 years of political existence.
There is a little bit of other stuff that they had in that same bill with shuffling around songs for, like, anthem status and official state song and that kind of stuff.
Really? Like, you can't make My Home is in Alabama an official piece of music because you're too busy with banning abortions and preserving Confederate monuments. Are you for real? Come on, Alabama. Cut me some slack. That would have been amazing. I might have moved to Alabama if that were the case. No, but that's a cool fact though, man. I would have liked. Why did they do? They got to do that again. That's a revolutionary thing. They have to do that.
I mean, it's almost 20 years ago at this point.
Man,
2000. So yeah,
that's democracy crumbling beneath our feet. Absolutely insane. My fact of the week, not that exciting, but in cartoons, particularly in cartoons, dogs are often pictured with spiked collars.
Yes.
Do you know how those spiked collars historically came to be?
I actually don't know.
Those were used by shepherds, given to their dogs to better defend them from wolves while they were defending the sheep from wolves.
That makes sense.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So they wore spiked collars, so that way they couldn't be attacked by wolves.
Dude,
on their neck.
If I say the words cartoon bulldog, you instantly picture one with a collar.
Spiked collar, yeah. And also he can also has a power where he can stand up and act like a boxer.
Yeah, I know, right?
like it's just a human. That also, yeah. But yeah, that's how that came from. So sheep herding dogs got the spiked collars to defend themselves from wolves.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. That's big brain stuff right there. So that's the facts of the week. We have a second topic, and the second topic is we answering some questions, and these are going to be completely subjective questions. They're going to be subjective questions because they're literally decision questions. It's about would you rather questions.
Yes,
and we have a bunch of them on screen. Do you want to put the screen on? I don't think so. I think we'll leave it on full camera.
Yeah, but I guess we're gonna give credit where credit's due. ConversationStartersWorld.com.
Been there before. We've used this source a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to say it's a hugely great website, but they have some interesting stuff.
They have interesting stuff. Yeah, just I got to take it with a grain of salt. It's some entertainment stuff, mate.
I was about to say it's mostly interesting for podcast topics.
It's not really what the title says. Like it says Conversation Starters World, but
they have an article of Conversation.
But then it's like, would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales? I don't recommend pulling that one out at like a job interview or something. So. Starting actual conversations, I don't know.
What are you applying for?
Pet shop, like a salesman at a pet shop. Do you want to work in the lizard department or do you want to work in the cat department? That's what they're asking. No, let's go through some of those. So, would you rather the aliens that make first contact be robotic or organic? First of all, would we want the aliens make first contact with us or the other way around? Because I think the safer way would be for us to make first contact, right?
Yes.
Because that means we more technologically advanced and could exterminate them if we needed to. Or to at least make sure that they're not going to just exterminate us on the spot.
The thing is, if we make first contact, the chances of us actually attacking them first are less likely. Meaning, because I know almost for a fact that if aliens were to land on this planet, someone will start a war with them.
Yeah. Exactly. For sure, yeah.
Like even if the aliens themselves are peaceful.
But if say we actually are the more advanced species to make first contact, when has humankind ever encountered natives of anything and expanded and not took their land and murdered all of them? Has that happened, JJ?
No, but
are we not inherently colonialists?
Here is the arguments, though, right? It's not going to be. Presumably, if we were to make first contact, we would not be that advanced yet that it, like, going to that point is very casual.
Yeah.
Because the first contact we made likely by scientists.
Yeah, likely by some radio waves.
Or that,
like,
yeah.
Transmissions.
But if like, first, it's gonna be scientists. Those are relatively rational when it comes to that kind of stuff. But when it comes to resources, there's going to be a lot of non-inhabited planets that we could also mine for resources. So theoretically, the need, I mean, not that we ever had a strong need to colonialize, but it might be less appealing if there's a lot of other options.
Britannia disagrees. But
yeah.
Awful country. Awful kingdom. But that's all around the question. Should those aliens be robotic or organic?
I want to say organic because
we know more about them physiologically if they are.
Also, if they're robotic, you would assume that they're based on logic. If the robots were to be their own thing, if it's not like they send drones, that's fair enough. They send drones, that's okay.
Yeah.
But if the actual intelligence behind it is just alien death machines, I'd rather not because they would likely be based on logic.
Mm-hmm.
Either they have a goal, probably, but they would, at the end of the day, be based on logic. And cooperating with humans, being the way we are, is never more advantageous than just eradicating us.
Yeah.
If it's somewhat plausible for them.
For sure.
So if we encounter robotic aliens...
So you definitely would want something that has the capacity for empathy, right?
Yeah. Because unless those robots were programmed as explorers that don't do harm by someone...
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep us alive.
Yeah,
and if they keep us alive, then slave workers or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because enslaving us or killing us is the most logical choice at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So, organic, I would have to agree. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Intriguing.
Tough, yeah.
Intuitively, you would say lose the ability to read. That seems like an intuitive choice.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we are speaking right now.
Exactly.
We are also reading right now.
I think being unable to speak destroys a lot of job opportunities for you. Well, being able to read also does, but
makes it harder to be a YouTuber. I don't know.
It makes it much harder to be a YouTuber, isn't it?
No, I think it's reading because
you'll choose not reading. Yeah.
What?
You choose not to be able to read.
I think so.
Yeah.
It is. At the end
I agree. Though I would.
At the end of the day, for computer operation, you have text to speech.
That works.
And for other situations, you can ask someone.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna be in that many situations where...
Hey, professor, what's question number 3? Can you read that out?
Sure. You're not gonna get higher education with that. Very likely.
They're dropping out.
But the thing is, there are people that are fully functional members of our society that can't read.
Yeah.
They find ways to slip through.
It's much easier to live your life not reading.
There's people with driver's license who can't read.
Yeah.
How do you do your theoreticals? I don't know. But they do it.
Text to speech. And the signs are, like, you can probably tell what a stop sign is.
Like, literally, because at least in Germany, you have to actually take...
Yeah, you do.
A multiple choice test.
I imagine text to speech, right? I mean, there is a function in that... I took the program recently. There's a function in that program where they read it out and they describe the situation.
I guess these days, yeah.
It's all possible. It's all digitally done. So I also agree. Being able to speak limits you more than being able to read.
Because it's harder to work around not being able to speak.
Yeah.
Sure, again, text to speech, typing, it's being done. I mean, there is also people out there who have these kind of stuff.
I'd rather speak and listen than read and write. Because that's both more... effort, I want to say. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? Golden voice because gold is worth more.
The question is if you'd rather be a good singer or a good liar.
Singer still, because both are ways to make you good money, but why not pick the legal way or the less dubious way?
Yeah. Also,
singing is more fun than lying, I would imagine. At least if you're good at singing.
Here's the thing, right? I tend to oftentimes tell the truth in a situation where maybe I shouldn't. Mostly when it comes to being rude, I would say. And
etiquette is not in your
see. I think the silver tongue wouldn't help me that much.
Well,
because lying is not something that I consciously do that much. And every now and again, when I do lie, I want to say I'm probably convincing enough. And again, I just don't need to lie that much. And
so you take a golden voice is what you're saying.
So, yeah, I can't sing for shit.
We be half of a barbershop quartet on the spot.
Yeah, because that's the ability I can actually make really good use of.
Yeah, let's do that.
Even if just as a hobby.
I agree. So this one we've already read out, but would you rather be covered in scales or fur?
I want to say fur.
Because it's warm?
Okay, problem here... One of those is easier to imagine than the other. As a human being, you already have hair places, right?
Yeah, you do.
You just have hair more places.
Yeah, exactly.
As a matter of fact, there is a genetic disorder that makes it happen. And I think that I could definitely adapt to that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I could adapt to scales. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure what the biological implications of that would be.
Yeah, maybe what happens to your skin, like how breathable is it? How, are you gonna die of heat and cold and stuff? I don't know. So I guess fur. And fur you can remove, like, you can shave, right? You can remove it off.
Yeah, I would assume that it regrows.
Essentially, hair still grows all over your body anyway. Yeah. So it's the same thing, it just grows thicker. So you'd shave it, so you'd have to just shave it.
Thicker, maybe slightly faster, but mostly relatively similar.
Yeah. So if you just shaved every morning, it'd take some time, but you could probably get around in life and somewhat regularly. Would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year of your life, huh? Oh, okay. So basically, you're jailed for a year, or you're just cryogenically frozen for a year, basically. Is that what they're saying, or are they shaving a year off of the end of your life?
That's an important distinction. What I was saying,
yeah.
Because if they're shaving it off the end of the life,
Why spend that year in jail, right?
I want to say, I don't want to say anything really bad here regarding older people, but I want to say that the years towards the end of your life are worth less.
Yeah.
Because
also it's not as immediate. So
I'd rather have that extra year in my 20s
instead of
than in my 70s
right
or something.
Instead of spending in jail right now. But what if they cryogenically freeze you? You skip a year.
I think so.
So you would like the temporary non-existence over existence in captivity.
I think so. I see. I wouldn't do well in jail.
Depends on the type of jail.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's like a Norwegian fucking not tropical, but island jail where you're in a hut and it's like basically more of a camp than a jail.
That I would definitely do.
And a good type of camp. I know camp is a word for jail. No, I mean the good type of camp, the camping camp.
I mean, those guys also get like TVs and everything. Like,
yeah,
they're basically living in a hotel, and that I would totally do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a Scandinavian jail anytime, but like Pelican Bay.
But yeah, I was about to say if I
America.
If I was around violent criminals, no, rather not, because
Indiana Correctional or something. So yeah. I don't know, because then you're probably in for more trouble than that 1 year for nothing. So it depends on the type of jail.
And again, the Scandinavian jails, effectively, you're just spending a year doing what I do in my free time anyways, which is
hang out, watch TV.
I was about to say, staying up to date with your entertainment. Yeah.
So that's you. I would probably, if it's Scandinavian, I'd probably also choose it. If it was like a jail where I have a serious risk of getting involved with stuff that could get me more time, and generally bad community, I probably wouldn't pick it. But
community is a nice way.
It's true, and generally, I would like I would generally pick the jail time because you can still stick to yourself and be productive with whatever work you do.
You can educate yourself.
Stuff. You can educate yourself. Jails have libraries and stuff. So you get it. And you can also you can freelance, just hang out for a year.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was thinking. Is like, I would rather have a year that I can use suboptimally than not at all. But then I considered all the negative problems that can happen if you're in a jail, and that's
so because you're gonna be there first day and you don't have any friends, and someone is like, hey, you're gonna run these drugs for me, you're gonna do that stuff for me, and one day you're gonna run out of money and you're gonna have to do it, and then you get more time and you're in the life now, so you don't want that. Depends on the type of jail. Good jail, I'll take the jail. Bad jail, I'll take the year off. Basically,
that sounds like a holiday. I'll take a year off.
Yeah, it does. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always 20 minutes early? 3, 2, 1, early.
Yeah,
got him. That's all.
I mean, I pretty much am.
Oh, that's all, man. Listen, we're not very traditional people at all, but some things are just virtues, right? And being on point is a virtue.
I'm like, would you rather be like I am right now or 10 minutes late? Like, I'm not 20 minutes early to everything.
No, but you're usually on point.
I tend to be 5 to 15 minutes early for most things. The further the distance, the earlier I am, because I have to consider more potential traffic jams and stuff like that.
Exactly.
If I would have to go for like over an hour of distance, I would probably be 20 minutes early anyways.
Yeah. So early, all the way. Would you rather have one real get out of jail free card or a key that opens any door? So wait, so the real get out of jail free means you get actually IRL arrested and just get out?
Okay, so
you just hold the
description
card.
text, right? These have description text, although it's usually more like the Hearthstone.
Or one free crime of your choice, or life limitless theft and or espionage. Oh, okay, I see. So basically, in the one you can like commit one crime for free and you don't see repercussions, and with the other one, you get the tools to commit crime easily, but you might have to stand for.
Here's the thing, right?
For facing the music.
Okay. I don't have that many criminal inclinations, but the very important question is how the key works, right? Because is it a physical item that can be removed from you? Because if that is not the case,
I think so.
Then the whole jail thing is kind of redundant.
Yeah, because you could
just get out. If it's a physical item that they can,
it's like a magic spell you can cast, like it's Open Sesame, and and there you go. Yeah, you can just walk out of jail.
Knock. If it's an actual key, maybe for thematic reasons made out of bone, because it's a skeleton key. Sorry, couldn't resist that one. Then it's definitely less practical than if it were something that is inherently part of you somehow. That being said, that's actually a tough one.
I think it's a physical key. Talk about a physical key.
Yeah, I want to say the key is probably more practical.
I want to see if there's like a crime that you can commit that's guaranteed to make you a lot of money. Because even if you rob a bank, you just might fail. You know.
Also, you're getting out of jail free.
Yeah, exactly.
If the money ends up in your possession when you get caught,
it says free crime, so no repercussions. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying the money would still be gone, right? Unless you get to hide it before they catch you.
But then it almost doesn't matter if you have to get off jail free card. You like if your bank robbery is not successful, and this video is gonna get demonetized hardcore. But if your
maybe we're far enough in
murder, now it's getting demonetized. If your
thanks for that.
If your bank robbery is not successful, it doesn't matter. At that point, it doesn't matter if you do the time or not because you've committed to robbing a bank and either making it happen or not making it happen. So if you say you rob the bank, you're not successful, even though you go free but you don't have the money, your life is still shit.
Yeah, I think I want to take the key because it's probably more.
I want to think about this because if I can figure out a way to commit a crime that is guaranteed to give me huge financial advantages, and I can get away with it. Like I know that it's gonna be successful in its execution, and even if caught, I mean, of course, I don't have to go to jail. Then I'll probably take that one-time opportunity. Other than that, give me the key. I think. But the question is,
it's also
here's the moral question.
It's also a very surprisingly important question.
What?
Does the key work both ways? Can you also lock the door again?
I don't know.
It's actually surprisingly important.
No, but here's also the moral question with the second one, though. You get a key that opens every door. You can steal from everywhere you want. Where would you actually want to steal from? You don't want to steal from your next door neighbor.
I'm not saying I would use it for stealing. I'm just saying it might be practical. Is the thing.
What? Oh, you're not even thinking about financial gains? I'm always thinking about that. So the thing is, like, where do you want to steal? I would love to like walk into the U.S. Treasury and grab some bags of cash out there, but just the key itself isn't going to get you in there because there's guards and stuff. And I'm not going to steal from just an individual person. You just don't do that. You want to steal from organizations or larger companies who have way too much money anyway, or banks. But those, just a key isn't going to be enough, I think. So you'd have to think about this. You have to really think about this and get more background information.
The thing is, the get out of jail free card could reasonably help you at some point in the future. You could just bank it in case you need it.
Maybe.
Because there's always a chance that something happens which could get you in jail.
I mean, I could take out a life insurance on you and then just put a bullet in your head. And that's my crime, and now I
get out of jail free for the murder. The insurance fraud still is is being investigated.
Yeah, maybe I'll take out the life insurance now, and then I'll wait a couple years, and then I'll split your skull, and then the insurance fraud is no longer a thing, and I get away with the murder, and I get the money, easy money.
Also, life insurance, I believe, doesn't pay in those cases. I believe it's if it's a homicide, I believe they don't pay. I want to say.
I don't know.
It might depend on the exact.
Well, if I can make it look like an accident, even better, because then I still have to get out of jail free.
That's what I was thinking.
I can repeat until I get caught. Easy. People have lived that life, by the way. There's people who do that. They jump from house to house, marry someone, take out life insurance, and then they get in accidents, and they collect money and move on. People do that.
That's by the way.
Stuff, man.
That will be the thing for the get out of jail free card is you'd still not try to get caught because then you get multiple shots. But
yeah.
Still, either one I think could be useful to have.
Yeah.
I don't think I would actively criminally try to use either. I think I would just maybe keep it in my back pocket. Like the key, for example, would be literally useful if you have to get in somewhere. Maybe say you don't have your keys with you or something.
That's so boring, dude.
I would be the best locksmith.
You have very good opportunities here, man.
Open a business
as a locksmith.
Yeah.
Get off me. No.
that would be the funniest way to do that.
That's not good enough.
Oh, actually,
you could
sell either of those two things if it's a physical item.
Yeah, you could probably actually reasonably carjack with that key.
Well, yes.
But that would be
The question is, does it start the car or does it just open it? We just have to hotwire it.
Well, it starts the car.
It opens the lock, but
It also starts the car. I don't know.
is a car ignition a lock?
Too little information given. Tough. Next question. Would you rather know the history of every object you touched or be able to talk to animals? That's a good one.
That's intriguing. You don't want to upset the squirrels.
No. Oh, you don't mess with squirrels, Morty. What the history of every object that could be very very cool and useful to progress society. Like you got objects like I'm gonna just walk up to Stonehenge and be like, Pat, now I know what's up, right? Like it could be legit useful to progress scientific stuff, historical research.
The thing is, talking to animals is useless. First of all.
Probably because they don't. I mean, they're not going to be talking. Yeah.
You don't automatically give them all human intelligence too. Most of them are running on instinct, anyways.
Yeah. All that they would be able to tell you is like their very basic intelligent reactions to stuff.
Yeah.
But no like cognitive ability.
So there's very little use of that to begin with.
Mind, yeah.
And then second, as you said, if you take the other thing to the extreme, the knowing the entire history of an object.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But that's pretty good. Easter Island, Pat.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Because
Gotcha.
the object one is very poorly defined, first of all, because there's always like, oh, I'm touching this golden dagger. Like, do I now go back to when the gold ore was still on the ground? Do I go back to when it was forged?
I guess the object in its current way.
That's the problem, right? Defining what. That's the whole thesis ship thing where
I know.
When is it still
when
the ship?
When is a new ship? Yeah. I think that's I think when the current object can be.
But the thing is, right? Even then, the animal power is just useless. Almost. Like, if you have pets,
it's useless.
You can probably you can probably use it on dogs because they'll behave better because you don't have to actually teach them the commands. They'll just understand you.
Yeah, exactly. With the object, you could help historical research so much. You could identify bones, like fucking peasant, Jesus of Nazareth, peasant. You know.
Well, I mean, okay. First of all, wasn't Jesus of Nazareth also just a peasant, basically?
I think it was a carpenter. I'm not sure, but
well, yeah, but isn't that a peasant job?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry to all the carpenters that are watching this.
The carpenters, yeah. Boy, gotta join the carpenters unit. All right, so I think we got pretty clear here. We're taking the object history. Want to do one more?
Sure. What
do we have?
Would you rather be married to a 10 with a bad personality or a 6 with an amazing personality? 6.
So wait, so that's even a bad
the number scale usually assumes just physical looks.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing, right? That's not an objective scale. That's a subjective scale.
Yes. But they're asking you if you want to be married to a hot asshole.
So are they gonna like crawl into your mind and like into basically your subconscious and then create a person that would be perceived exactly like that, like 6 or 10 for you?
It's not even that abstract. The question is just would you rather have someone who looks okay and has a great personality or someone who looks really good and does not have a good personality?
Well, obviously personality. I mean, obviously, right?
Right?
Yeah,
I don't even think it's...
Yeah, no, that's not even a question.
Who the fuck is that shallow?
Yeah, I don't know. That's not even a question.
That's very superficial.
We can do one more.
If you rather have someone
it's not a very hard question.
It says bad personality. Like, that's...
Yeah. Like, it literally disclaims bad personality.
That screams like... it sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yes. No. Would you rather be able to talk to land animals, animals that fly, or animals that live underwater?
Land animals.
Most intelligent, at least. Like, the most... You can get the most out of them, basically.
I think, actually, simians might be useful. Because they have reasonable higher
there's some theory that...
Although they... Wait, no, they actually have better... object remembering skills in humans because it did never develop language. There's studies on that.
Cognitive trade-off hypotheses.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, monkeys would be somewhat useful. Monkeys and apes. Apes in particular. And again, as I said, like, at least it makes you better with pets. Like dogs and cats. Cats don't listen to you anyways. But like a dog that kind of is like, if you're the owner, they're basically trained to listen to you anyways.
Yeah.
But you can convey a little more to them.
Yeah, if you could talk to them.
If they could actually understand.
Yeah. But I think that's enough. I think that's enough questions that we've answered. Let's do the song of the week and let's get out of here. So what is your song of this week?
Quick disclaimer. I'm not 100% certain if we have used it before. We've had this issue for a while now. It is "Come On Eileen" by Dexy's Midnight Runners.
I'm not sure if you've used it. I don't think you have.
I don't think I have. I'm not sure.
I certainly haven't. I certainly have not.
I don't
used it.
think we've used it before.
I certainly have not used that song.
"Come On Eileen."
But
Dexy's Midnight Runners.
I've heard the song. I've not used it. I also don't have it in my playlist. It's okay if I remember.
I thought I originally got it from you.
Maybe you did because I gave you a folder that I don't even necessarily have all the songs in there.
Fair enough.
But maybe you did, but I don't think I have it. I can check it again, but I don't think I have it. My song is "The Legend" by Charlie and the Boys. You know that also. It's in the music show. It's a pretty good song. It's about Nelson Mandela.
I'm not a big fan of that band in general.
And some other
but,
they're great. Oh, they're great. You mean my boy Charles? And his boys? They're great. They're a fantastic band. I love them. They're great, dude. And that's a good song. It's a pretty good song. I like it. Generally, the thing for me is if there's history behind the song, that's good. And that song has like the most history behind it of any song I know, basically, because that's all that it's built on. So there's some Sabaton songs, obviously, but yeah, that's generally a plus point for me if a song talks about history, and specifically history I like. So there's that. But that's the songs of the week. Thank you for watching this. Trash Bowl coming up. Reminder again, starting yesterday, but really getting going next week. First round of the Trash Bowl Hearthstone tournament. We got last 16, obviously. So first round on the European and North American server. Who will advance? You can basically, if you want to bet on it, by the way, Discord server, don't put cash on the line because we're not about that life right now. We don't have the legal stuff set up for us to be able to host that sort of thing. But if you want to bet just for fun, you want to have some kicks, definitely do that. Discord link in the description. You can join the community, see all the players, talk to the players. Maybe if you're playing yourself and just improve, you can talk to us, obviously. So that's a good opportunity to go do that. We'll see you there. Songs of the week we got through everything, so thank you for watching. Drop a like, subscribe to TrashcanTV and TrashcanTV number deuces, where JJ is attempting to play World of Warcraft, and we got some other miscellaneous gaming content that is not Hearthstone coming up. So thank you for watching, and until next time, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.